Okay guys, welcome back to another session on this Infinite Runner. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of things to just neaten up our game a little bit. So these are just aesthetic things that are driving me a bit nuts. So first thing we're going to go to directional light. We're going to make that 82, 180, 282 and 102 in the rotation. We're going to go to our player and we're going to go down to rigid body. We're going to change his mass to 10 and we're going to change constraints. We're going to freeze rotation X, Y, Z and freeze position on the Z, and we're going to go down to the player control script and call and say 250 jetpack force. So I think, and one last thing, go to the fuel bar and let's just bring this up a little bit. Now, so you can do all these things to your taste, but just personally I think that makes the game just feel a little nicer. So if we play, just got a bit more bounce to the jetpack. The shadows look a lot better. The items look a lot better in my opinion. And one last thing we might actually do, I think the game actually feeling a little bit better now. Obviously, like I said, tweak it to your own. But next thing, I just think we're going to make those enemies just a fraction more red. So go to enemy, change this, and we're just going to bring that to probably that. Let's have a go. See how our game feels. Probably bring that down just a shade as well in transparency. I'll bring up a shade. So the coins look good. Oh, they look a little bit nicer, I think. A bit of a darker red. Probably matches colors a little bit. Awesome. Sweet. So now, although the game still looks pretty dodgy, it feels a lot better than it did, and it looks a lot better than it did, even though it's still not winning any awards. Awesome, guys. Let's move on. Alright, so guys, so let's create the score. So to do that, we're going to open up our data management script, and we're going to go to, on top of the variables here, we're just going to create a new one called public int. Call it current score. Current score. Sweet. Then we don't need to actually put in any of this because it's only current. We don't actually need it forever, so let's just leave it there. That's fine. And then we're going to go into a script, and we're going to create a new C# script. We're going to call this score. So open that bad boy up. Cool. Now I'll zoom in so you guys can see. We're going to use a new namespace. So to do that, we're going to, so we can access the UI elements in code, we're going to write using Unity engine.ui. Cool. We'll create a couple of variables. Actually, we don't need to create a couple of variables, I don't think. No, we don't. I might prove myself wrong, but alright, delete start. We don't need start, and then in update, we have to get rid of that sometimes. I like to keep the code neat. We are going to write get component. Text dot text is equal to score space. Make sure to do a space. Close. And then we want to do plus data management dot high score. No, dot data management dot current score. I'll just zoom out so you guys can see. Alright, rock and roll, and then we're going to just write get component text where has my typing skills gone and speaking skills. Then we're going to write high score. So this is just here. This is what's going to be shown to the player, and then we just so that's why we put a space there. So it says score space is blah 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 blah. And I think we might need to say .toString. Yeah, .toString. Awesome. Plus data management. Data management dot high score dot toString cool. Rock and roll, so that should work. Alrighty, and we also probably want to say an if statement. We'll actually put this up here. So we're just going to say if data management dot current score is greater than data management dot high score, then data management dot current score high score equals data management dot current score. Whew! So what that's saying is if the current score, which is held in the data management class, right, is greater than the high score, well then obviously that's your new high score. So make the high score actually the current score. Sweet. And I think that should do it. So what we need to do is we need to come back here, and then we need to go to Canvas, and we need to create a what are we doing here? We need to create a couple of variables. Actually, I was mistaken. So we're going to just say public game object score UI, public game object high score UI. Awesome, and then we're gonna write score UI dot and high score UI dot. Cool, and that should not throw us an exception. Awesome, so then inside of the canvas, I suppose we can add this score script, and then we're going to create inside of canvas we can create a new text. I'm going to call this score, and let's just get a handle on that. Now we want to position that on the top left, and cool. So that is positioned on the top left, and let's just go to our canvas and quickly just drag in the score, see if it updates. So it should change from, yep, change to score 0, that's what we want. And then we want to create a new, I'm going to call this new text, I'm going to call this high score. Oops. High score. Cool, and we're just going to change this to awesome. So, and and let's just say it, make it come from the right as well. Looks ugly right now, don't worry. And then go to the canvas and let's drag our high score into there. So if we maximize on play, press play. You can see up there you got score 0, high score 0. And the other thing that we want to do is we're going to go to our score script and what's going on here? Data management. Press play. Coins collected is 0. Okay, so we actually haven't implemented any of the score stuff. Okay, cool. So let's go to player collision. So every time you get a coin, we've gone up by coins collected. So let's just delete this increase coins collected. We want to actually affect the score here. So data management dot current score plus plus. This is adding 1, and then sweet. I think that might work. So it's high score 0, score 0. Ooh, our first coin, our score is 0, our high score is the same. Let's die. Score is 5, high score is 5. Okay, something is wrong there. We need to actually let's go to we turned it off, now we turn it back on. High score was written out, score wasn't written out. So what we just need to do is go to scripts. This just save keep and go to game in it, and we're just going to write data management dot current score equals 0. So that just sends the current score back to 0. Let's play it again. So sweet, we've got our high score, which is 5. We've got a score of 0. Alright, let's beat our high score. Ooh, don't want to get hit by any of them. Awesome, so we've got a high score of 11, a score of 11. When I die, that should go back to 0. Back to 0, still got a high score of 13. Sweet. Alright, ready to rock and roll. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually change the font. So create, because Arial is just disgusting. Now Unity needs for you to actually import the fonts into Unity for it to be used, because it completely compiles, you know, it all in itself, so doesn't take anything from anywhere else in your computer. So you actually need to bring the font in. So what I do is create a new folder. I'm just going to call it fonts, even though we're probably only going to have one font. And then go to www.google.com and search fonts and find a font that you like. The font that I will be using is let me just open downloads. Sorry, I like this bamboo.tiff. So I'll be using that. So I'll drag that into fonts. Cool, it's in, it's ready to rock and roll. And now I'll use fuel. I'll go to fuel and score and high score, and I'll change that font to bamboo. Looks much better. Gonna stick a white style on it. Heaps better already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to score, and we're gonna actually make that go on the right hand side. You guys can do whatever you want, but I just think it looks better. So hold down Shift, click, hold down Option, click. Right. Then for the X we want to go -65. For the Y, we want to go minus 50. For the width, we want to go 300. For the height, we want to go 70. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Scale of 1 on 1. We're going to change this just for neatness sake to score. And we're going to change the font size to 70. Probably doesn't matter actually, but just change it anyway. Minimum size 40, maximum size 70. And put this to your right hand side and that in the middle, and we're ready to go. Now go to high score. Let's go to high score. Let's click on here, change this top left, shift, option, click. Awesome. So width, we want to go 300. Height, we want to go 100. Let's change this to score for niceness sake. Let's go to font size and just change it to 70 as well. Change 40, 70. Position, we need to change that actually, 50, minus 50, and 0. Cool, cool, cool. And we want to make this to the left. Why is that one? It's because one of them. Okay, so we're going to go to the high score. To the score, we'll change the height to 100. Awesome. So they're both there. Maximize on play. Press play. Don't like that. I think it'll actually pass for now, and you know it works. So we got our score up here, our high score here. I think it works pretty good. Awesome. Let's see if we can beat our high score. Yep, sweet. Cool. Alright guys, so I think it's looking pretty cool. Now we need to go on to the next step. And that next step is going to amplify the coolness of our game really, really awesomely. Okay, so for my original prototype of this game, I imported some trees from the Unity Asset Store. I think they cost me like $2, but as promised, I said we're going to use everything, do everything with primitives. So because I said that, we're going to do that, and you feel free to import your own trees. But otherwise, we're going to make some cool graphical block trees in Unity out of primitives. How are we going to do that? Let me show you. So I'll create the first one, and then you can go ahead and create some more for yourself, and then use them for this script that we're about to write. So first thing you want to do is I'm going to create a new game object, and I'm going to 000, and I'm going to call it tree _ 1. Awesome, so here it is. No, it didn't change name. Thank you, Unity. Tree _ 1. Cool. So here's where it is. It's chilling there. Beautiful trees in it. Then we're going to create a 3D object. We're going to create a cube. And we're going to call this trunk. Oh, bloody woman. Trunk. And we're going to first thing actually, we're going to go back to the materials, create a new material, call it trunk 1, and you guessed it, change the color. Let's get a nice brown in there. Yeah, it'll do for now. And we're going to assign that material trunk 1. Let's just click this button and drag. Now, if you're making a real game here, you probably wouldn't be using primitives. But I just wanted to do it because I wanted everyone to have the chance to do this, because also not only because I mean, you can install some free packages online, but I think that everyone does that, and I think that creativity is birthed out of necessity. So people get creative because they have to, out of restrictions. I forgot what the actual quote is, but if you have to do something a certain way, you can actually get quite creative in how you do it. So I'm going to show you how to get damn creative. So that trunk there, it's got a position of 2, 2, 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to build everything outside of this for now. I'm going to create a new 3D object called, let's do another cube. Let's call this leaves. And we're going to raise that up, bring it forward, bring it here, stick it right in the middle, and we're going to stretch that bad boy out. Stretch, stretch, lower it down a bit. Awesome. Doesn't look like much now. Let's give it like a nice little rotate. Chuck it in there like that. Let's probably drop it a little bit actually. Awesome. Let's create a new material. Leaves 1, and let's create a nice green color like that. Let's assign that color. Cool, looking sick. Now let's copy paste that bad boy, drag it down here. Let's raise that one up. Let's change this a little bit. We can even go bit off center like that, bit further up. Let's copy paste it again, drag it down for niceness sake. Bring this one up. This is stretched out. It's funny enough, and let's chuck a rotation in there, eh? It's funny, like, just doing this, you can actually make something that, thanks to Minecraft, looks pretty cool in today's society, today's gaming market. Let's drag them in. Let's bring it up. Cool. And might do something. So that's a pretty happening little tree. And let's give it create a 3D cube. You could use spheres and things, probably look pretty cool, but I'm just deciding to make mine really blocky. Let's call this branch. Give the branch, bring it out a little bit. Let's zero that on the. Cool, let's give that a nice trunk look. It's a pretty cool trunk, right? And let's chuck a rotation. I think there is a way you can switch this to, yep, you can change it to local, from local to global, so it just makes it easier to. Look at that tree. He can't get better than that. Look at that, that's ridiculous. Call of Duty, Skyrim. Better graphics. Cool, there is the first tree. So then what we do is we take all these branches, leaves and trunk, highlight it and drag it into the tree game object. So the tree game object should have a transform of 0, 0, 0, 0, and that is exactly what we want. Then we go to our prefabs folder and we literally drag tree 1 in there. Bang. Awesome. So now, because we're running out a bit of time, I'm not going to create all the other trees. I'm on video. I'm going to do that outside of video, and then I'm going to show you what to do. So just quickly build some sweet-looking trees, or import some from the Unity Asset Store, and I'll see you back here in the next video. Just quickly, Unity Asset Store. Just go to Asset Store here. Bring it up. Contacts, the Asset Store. and our internet isn't working too well right now, but basically go to the asset store, type in trees, and you're ready to rock and roll. Sweet. Import it. Good. Awesome. Thanks guys. See you next video.